Krishna, 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 जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभा राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधे। जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि। जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा श्रील प्रभुपादा। अभय चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त श्री 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 राधा गोपी जनवल्लभ गोपी गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड की गोता ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदान श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत भक्त वृंद की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की Srila Prabhupada's transcendental book distribution की, Srila Prabhupada's transcendental prasadam distribution की, ताई को हरि प्रेमानंदे, all glories to Sumedho, all glories to Sumedho, all glories to Sumedho, all glories all the Sarva Shiva Shiva Rama Prabhupada की।
भाई इसका चार्जर अंदर रख देगा गलती से।
हाँ नहीं वहाँ पे भी
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This special we are getting Radha Govinda was blessings. Okay, while the blessings are mercifully distributed, so we request all the kids to continue on their Sunday school activities.
Very good.
Kids are making a lot of room in front. So request everyone to please move forward. There's lots of room in front.
Get up.
May I request everyone to please move forward.
कर दिया ये होस्ट भी कर दिया अपना YouTube चेक करिएगा हम लेकिन कहीं
Please, thank you very much. We welcome you all to this beautiful Sunday Love Feast gathering in ISKCON Farmington. So the weather is getting better. There are a lot of activities that you may be doing outside, but we chose to be here. So thank you very much. We are very grateful and honored for your presence. Okay, a couple of quick reminders. Parking lots. I saw 2 Matajis yesterday. Literally more than 25 miles in parking lot speed. You need to slow down. Okay, it's very important. Sometimes you're running late, still you have to slow down. Very, very important. Okay. And also something was brought to notice about handicap parking. Handicap parking is only for the people who have handicap permits. Okay, it's very, very important, right? The cops comes around and still there was a situation that I noticed that handicap parking was full and there was a person who needed the spot and he really needed it. He had the handicap ticket and he was disabled. He has a trouble walking, very old man, and he could not find the spot. We don't want that, right? We are all aware about the rules. Even though you are in rush, still do not use the handicap parking lot unless there is you are allowed or authorized. Thank you very much for understanding and your support. Okay, today's Sunday feast sponsor, we have 2 Sunday feast sponsors. The last chanting is on the day. Okay, Raj Bhamari Prabhu and family. Are they here today? They are busy. So they are sponsoring today's Sunday feast. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. And also, we have his gifts, Pradhanath Prabhu and family. They are sponsoring Sunday feast for Mataji's birthday. Mataji's happy Veterans Day. Prabhuji and Mataji are involved in temple activities, so many capacities. Prabhuji's Pujari, preacher, he gives order by Bhagavad class, Sunday feast class, he involved in cooking, and he and whole family basically involved in various cultural activities. Many dramas, especially Ram drama, we have seen multiple times. So thank you very much for all your support. And if anyone's heart desire to sponsor some Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
people. Thank you very much. What's your name? Anya. Mia. Monica, thank you very much. Is the movie? Yeah, Hare Mataji. What's your good name? Tanisha. Thank you very much, Mataji. Vishnu Sharma. Thank you very much, Guruji and Mataji. It's amazing to see new people joining. We hope and pray that Sri Kala Bhushan Vallabh Vinayak on Bhagavad Sri Bhagwan allow you to come again and again, take benefits of this beautiful Bhagavad. We call it Sunday Feast. If you're looking for any additional information, Ronil Prabhu is there to help you guide the process, and they'll have a welcome gift for you all. Ronil Prabhu, so please see that everyone gets the welcome gift. Thank you. Okay, upcoming events. We have Krishna Gate Camp, 10th July to 4th August, 4-week camp. You can register for 4 weeks, 2 weeks, and also 3 weeks. The various activities planned. It is from 4 to 12. So it's on Farmington has all the details. Please see the website and register your kids as soon as possible. And also very importantly, we have amazing seva opportunity. Right? The service which a lot of us don't even realize how important it is. Right? All the programs, these are Prasadam, right? There's a whole cooking team, but also there's a pot washing, right? They work tirelessly, but most of the time they do after everyone is gone, right? So there's a lot of support needed. Today also, if you have desire, if you want to, serve for half an hour or 1 hour, after Sunday feast. So after the class, we'll have a prasad, and after prasad, we want to come in the kitchen. We see Santosh Prabhu, he's leading pot washing team. You raise your hands. He's tirelessly doing the service and coordinating. So please see him, and if you want to sign up for today or for future, there are multiple slots available for the week because programs happen for the week on this Sunday. So if you or any of your friends, family, colleagues wants to take this amazing service, please see Santosh. Thank you very much for your service. And I know I am the one who's blabbering, but we all gather here to hear from pure soul. His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu as our Sunday Feast speaker. So I was asked not to talk about him, so I'll simply say we are all serving under him, and he needs no protection. We are all blessed to have his association. So let's welcome His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu by our traditional way. By 3 times loudly can say.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jnanamirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapatakamallam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatha Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tata Kanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kam karoti vachalam pangam langa digiri. Kripatamam Shigranataram Param. Sri Chaitanya Sharam. I think already started. Ask him. It's on. Zoom started? Okay. Sorry, sound is loud. We are all from the spiritual world. We are all with Krishna. And Brahma Samhita speaks of this. Chintamani prakara satmash kalpa vriksha laksha vritesha sarabhir vipadayanta Lakshmi sahasra satsambram seve mani Govinda Madhi Purusham Tamacha. So we never heard of the word suffering or misery. You know, in the spiritual world, every word is a song, every step is a dance, water is nectar. But one day what happened? We want to enjoy independent of Krishna. Ichha dvesha samuddena bandva mohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sangiyanti bharata. When we wanted to enjoy independence of Krishna, we declared rebellion. Like children sometimes, Dad, you keep your business with you. I want to open my own business. But just because you're a doctor, I don't want to become a doctor. So I will not study that. So children, sometimes they don't listen to parents. Some parents agree with you with that? Most of the time. So because we did that, the children are doing to us. So we all declared rebellion on our Father Krishna. And we left such a pure spiritual world and came back. Krishna said, you cannot enjoy independent of me, because soul to enjoy soul has to serve Krishna. We are tatastha shakti, marginal. So soul, because we are part and the parcel of Krishna, we can enjoy by serving Krishna only. But Krishna said, you want to enjoy independent of me, I'll give you that feeling, but one day you will realize I am acting against my constitutional position. And the day you realize you're stuck in the cycle of birth and death and suffering, you will try to come back to me. That is the goal of human life. And what Krishna did, actually I took some toy from somebody. This is your soul, and Krishna gave you a body like this. This body will stay there only for a maximum 80 to 100 years. But the soul is eternal. Can everyone see this? Okay. So because we declared rebellion on Krishna, the soul, to enjoy, to facilitate our enjoyment, Krishna has given us a body of 206 bones, blood, flesh, and marrow. And Krishna gave us an absorption bodily consciousness. And Krishna says, you enjoy. And within brackets, every enjoyment will lead to suffering. That he didn't tell that. And this body will maximum stay there only for how many years? Maximum 100 years. If corona happens tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I mean, now some vaccine is there so called. So even if you're 100% happy, how long this happiness will last? 100 years. Then you have to leave everybody. So when you are attached to somebody, do you want to leave them? And so I said, thank you, Dad. You want me to enjoy independent of me? Great, fine, I'll do that. So you got this body. One day you woke up. So, you're a child, you forgot everything. Not Krishna, nothing. You got this metal body, bones. 20 years you're enjoying jogging, that thing, this thing, Olympics. But the moment you touch the body, 50, 40 and 50, there are knee pains here. There are shoulder pain here. Too much hard work, stress here. Then you understand, I think this is life. And what Krishna did without telling, what he arranged, he put you in the world of Maya. Maya is called Trigunatmaka Maya. What is it called? This metal energy is threefold. 3 ropes. So one day what Maya will do, it will pull this rope. Actually, not this. Can you see the one thread here? Maya will pull this rope. When Maya pulls the rope, mode of goodness, I think we should go to temple. And your husband or wife becomes angry, become very peaceful. You will not retaliate. And let me go to temple and do service, pot washing. And let me do some service. And so wow, everything is going very well. The next day, Maya pulls this rope. You're agitated by sex desire. And should we go to temple? Definitely not. Why? I have to do this career manager, then CEO, and then open a company. By 55, I have become president of America also. But yesterday you said we should go to temple. That is yesterday. Today I want to be CEO. So then what about temple? Next Janmashtami on. You wait 1 more year. And another day, last day, Maya pulls this rope. If you don't have, if you have habit, you're fully drunk and sleep. If not, eat and sleep. Hey, what about career? Later, let me sleep. What about temple? Forget about it. And they purchase a BMW car. Envy here. How can they purchase BMW car? They have purchased a 5-bedroom home. I cannot take it. Anyone can have 5-bedroom, not my neighbor, not my colleague. And one day, sometimes Maya pulls all the 3 ropes. Morning you're happy, afternoon you're very driven, evening you're fully down. Anyone has an experience? Some people are not raising hands, maybe they didn't understand. So likewise, but one thing is there. One day I'll be happy. Even if you're 60, one day I'll be happy. One person went to an old man and said, you're struggling alone, nobody is there, all your children left. Why don't you get married? He said, who will give me their daughter? He's not telling I'm 70-year-old, but he's telling who will give me. That's the power. And at the end, because of that sense enjoyment, there's all the limbs, they become weak. You cannot see properly. When in 20, any birthday party will go. But when you're 70, do you have a lift? Do you have a lift? I cannot eat so many things. What time will the party end? 20 and 30, this body is a vehicle of enjoyment. And 50s and 60s, body is a vehicle of Finally, one day, all the family members think, thank God he's gone. But again, it starts. Number 8 means infinity. Again, you take birth. This lifetime, some university in India, next lifetime, Lawrence Tech or MSU. But same cycle of birth and death. But human life is actually meant for cleansing the heart. Why are we going through the impurities? Like you have taken birth in 1980, 2050, this body. And 2060 to 2150, this body. Likewise, you are changing the bodies only. Every time you forget. Chapter is closed, only to see a new chapter. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani chatre senam. Ihasamsare kadukare krupaya dehi. Pahi murare bhajigovindam bhajigovindam. Bhajigovindam mudamate samprapte sanhite kale nahi nahi rakshite dukram karane. That's why human life, yes, making a career is not a problem. Taking good care of family is a must. It is essential that we make this goal. I want to cleanse my heart and attain that love of God. Today, I am going to tell you a story of Rudrasur. One person, this person failed in his life but succeeded. But his opponent succeeded, but he failed in his life. That is the story. Everyone is thinking his opponent, he attained success, but that opponent failed from Krishna's eyes. Everyone felt Rudrasur failed, but Krishna thought Rudrasur succeeded. That's why I showed this picture. This is where we have to go back. This is where we have to go back. So, this person, he failed in this world, but he was reinstated in his constitutional position. The other person was also trying to go back to the same place, but he won and got stuck in this world. So, what is that? Rudrasur story is amazing. There was a king. Bhagavatam, Puranam, Amalam. Bhagavatam will not speak about the vratas to get a green card, to get citizenship, to get different things. Bhagavatam speaks of pure devotion service because Krishna, God, Supreme Personality of Godhead, wants us to come back. Maharaj Chitraketu was an emperor for the whole world, to the whole world. He had everything all everyone was looking for. But Chitraketu Maharaj, only one thing he did not have. So not like American president who stays only 4 years. Not like, anybody. Everyone in the world would respect him. Pure devotee, very exalted, I cannot say, very exalted devotee. But what he did not have? Children. What is the nature of the mind? It doesn't show what you have and make you happy. It shows what you don't have and make you unhappy. Anyone agrees with that? Monday you get up. And in your office, you're all working with only Americans. That color is not there. That tallness is not there. That red hair is not, what is that gray, golden hair is not. What is it? Blonde hair, yes, sorry. Yeah. That blonde hair is not there. So, but my family, my father lived for 40 years. He had he celebrated 50 years of marriage, years of marriage. He did very well. I'm also, those small difficulties are there in marriage. It's going on very well. Why you're not showing me that and making me happy? Why are you showing this and making me miserable? Did you tell your mind one time at least and say, shut up? We never told. Monday mind tells you don't have this, Tuesday it tells you don't have this, Thursday it tells you don't have this. Past 20, 30, 40 years it is telling we don't have this, we are miserable. So likewise, Maharaj Chitraketu was emperor for the whole world. All the people were, he was such a great king, everyone would respect him. He was a devotee also, but the only thing, he did not have children. He did not have children. Mind never showed him, he was such a wonderful queens actually, so many queens he had. They were all very subservient to him. Still, what his mind was telling, you don't have children. I have a question for all of you. I'll tell you the nature of the mind. Should I tell you? How many of you remember your elbow? Nobody remembers. How many of you remember your knees? Nobody remembers. How many of you remember your neck? Nobody remembers. But there will be a small injury here. And you will meditate on this injury only. You will remember this elbow only. If you have any arthritis, how is everything going on very well? Inside a little arthritis. Your focus goes there. Your mind immediately, hey, rectify this, you will be very happy. But anyway, so wherever the problem is there, mind will take your focus there. And mind keeps on telling, address this. If you address it, you'll be happy. Kali Yuga, at any time, you'll have 3 to 4 problems. So even if you have everything, green card, citizenship, everything, still the 3 problems it will show and it will make you unhappy. Let us see how many of you agree. As a monk, I am telling. So only thing to fulfill his great wishes of his ancestors, he needed one descendant. Now the story starts. You all should know, regularly Narada Muni would come to his home, great sages would come to his home, and they can directly give him Krishna and pick him like this and take him back to spiritual world. But because he was absorbed in desires, he never listened to their class, even though he attended their class. Even though he attended their class 100 times, he never listened to their class. Why? He had desires. You are all sitting, some of you. When is the prasad? Means you have already gone to 2 o'clock. Your mind has already gone to 2 o'clock. So you're here. Body only. Mind, 2 o'clock. 2:30, I have to pick up my children. 3 o'clock, I should go. 4 o'clock party. Means already you have gone to 4 o'clock. Some of you chant the holy name. How many of you chant? And your mind will take you back to the school days. Those days are the happiest days. Means this chanting is miserable right now. When right now you are not enjoying, you'll go in the past. Or you'll go in the future. I'm honest with you. For you to, there is a book, The Power of Now. We cannot access the present. He's not a devotee actually. Eckhart Tolle. People call him Eckhart Tolle. The Power of Now. There is one more book, Be Here Now. So if you are strongly spiritual, you can experience 126 and you'll get the power of 1 o'clock 26 minutes. But usually because of our uncontrolled mind, either we go in the future or we go in the past. So what is that? What is the moral from this? Narada Muni, association of saintly persons like Narada, Prasangam Majaram Pasam Atmano Kaviyo, with the Saiva Sadhu Sukritam Mokshadwaram Apamritam. Hey, 1/11th of a second of association of devotees, it will open the doors. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha Hoy, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Genuine Sadhu, he'll tell you you're not the body, you're a spirit soul, you're an unwanted guest in this world, or you're a wanted guest in this world for a very short time. But if you understand that, You can understand only by the association of devotees. Genuine devotee, not a bogus devotee, not a bogus sadhu. So, how do we become free from Maya, material energy? How do we attain self-realization? How do I attain Krishna Prema? How do I go back to spiritual world? Association of a sadhu. Sincere association. They will not tell you anything. They will tell about pure devotional service only. Pure bhakti. I'm honest with you, in this audience, only 5 people, even if they are not pure devotees, I want to practice pure devotional service. This temple will flourish. Krishna will give. Only 5 people. Swami Prabhupada came to America and said, why world is suffering? Today with 500 channels, we can change with the remote. And with cell phone, we can reach the other side of the world. My father in the bathroom, or mother in the bathroom, you are in the bathroom. And what is that? People are rich, you will buy anything and everything. Still people are unhappy. Why? Soul doesn't find happiness enjoying matter all the time. So the point is Sangha. Prabhupada said 1% of people in this world. Prabhupada never said 19%. Only 1% of people in this world become Krishna conscious. Krishna consciousness means pure bhakti. This is the story actually. I don't want anything, Lord. I want a service. What is Hare Krishna mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Actually, I went to your old age home 2 times. One day, this neighbor, he put all the logs in the parking lot. City is coming and telling, why? Can't you remove this? Can't you remove this? I told the city, they are not our logs, opposite. They said, don't care, we don't care. If you don't remove, we'll give a citation. We'll give a ticket also. Then first time I went to the old age home. The truth, you want to see, it is only 100 feet away. You want to see the truth and reality of this world. You're only 100 feet away from it. I went inside. I went and I was looking for a manager. But then I saw something different in my life. There were 20 people, all American. I didn't even see one Indian, of course. Then somebody was like this. "70-year-old, 80-year-old, they have only one desire, leave the world. But it doesn't come. Body is a machine, dilapidated, dwindled. First time I became very scared. Probably 3 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, somebody called me, Yugal Kishorji, this place, we are not getting vegetarian. Can you give some prasad? I said, I will come first of all. I know them very well. Gratitude. You come, every day you come and take prasad. If not, I'll send you every day. No, you don't need to come. I'll say, I'll come. We'll come and pick it up. This place, they're not giving vegetarians. I went. The palace. But there, same thing. This is, I think, second class old age home. That is first class old age home. It's like a palace. But there also same problem. Everyone like this. But the punchline of this soul, I met her, both engineers, no names. Both are engineers, worked in America, actually not in America, worked in Michigan. One is an electrical engineer, another is a mechanical engineer. And suddenly he said, I want to go to bathroom. I said, come, I'll take you. I said, no. And what they did, they pressed a button, they lowered the machine, and the machine picked him up, lifted him, put him in the chair. I'm sure you never thought a day like this would come. And they took the bathroom and went back again. The machine picked him up and put him on the bed. I was really, body is a machine, ladies and gentlemen. And sarira yati iti sariram, that which is going to be slowly destroyed, slowly will reach the end. Kulashekara mentions this. Who can help you? Doctors. I saw doctors also there. Retired. Krishna will help you. Anayasa maranam nina dainyana jeevitam mara adyata govinda. This verse says, if you take shelter of Krishna, there is no dainya, there is no misery in your life. Anayasa maranam, without struggling, you will leave the world. If you worship Krishna. And the punchline I want to tell you is, this is the punchline, otherwise I would not have told. This story is another story. Why I'm telling this? She said, I told Mataji, I can bring prasad, but I'm also becoming old, I said. So Yogal Kishore, everyone has to be here one day. She said that. Everyone has to be here one day. So for somebody today, for somebody tomorrow, for somebody day after tomorrow, but everyone has to be here one day. Right. So out of 24 into 7, 168 hours, or out of 24 hours, give sincerely 2 hours, take shelter of Krishna. Krishna will come to rescue. Idam sariram parinama peshalam patatyavashyam satazandi jarjaram kimaushadam pruchasimbuda dhurmate niramayam Krishna rasayanam piba. Hey, this failing body, there is only one medicine, Krishna tonic. Who is telling this? King Kulashekar. So anyway, when we have our mind is filled with the desires, we cannot listen the class even if we are there. But a saintly association, strong desire to become free from Maya, the desire comes. I should also become like that. Actually, day for yesterday, Jayapataka Maharaj was there. 2008, he had a stroke at the stem of the brain. It was leaking, blood was leaking at the stem of the brain. And doctor said we cannot reach there. And only 1% success rate. Even if that person succeeds, he'll be a vegetable. And all the doctors, we pray for that type of person to die. He's still alive. Still a #1 flyer to Delta, flyer of Delta, United Airlines, traveling all over the world. Yearly, 5 times he circles Earth. Wow. Preaches, telling he is not the body, you're not the body, you're a spirit soul. What a power. Huh? So, saintly association, devotees like Narada Muni, what they do? They infuse in our heart intense desire to serve. They infuse in our heart strength to give up the material desires. They give us the strength to listen with attention and ask only pure devotional service. That is the power of the association of pure devotees. I should change. Today is in my hands, not tomorrow. Let me change today. Let me ask only pure bhakti, nothing else. Whatever I asked, Krishna gave majority, still I am not happy. Let me ask for a service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So what happened? Finally, one day, so Narada Muni said, what do you want? Narada Muni on his tongue, he wanted to tell, hey, tomorrow I'll take you back to spiritual world. All your wives. But Narada Muni said, what do you want? He said, he did not say, I want Krishna. He said, I want one child. Our suffering comes from our material attachment. Our suffering comes from our material desires. When we try to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are sowing a seed of suffering there. But Krishna is very merciful. In every suffering, there is a seed of blessing. Anyway, Narada Muni said, all right, I came, he thought in his mind, he thought, I came to give you Krishna, but you want something material. Then Narada Muni told, my son, in this world, anything material, it has 2 things, happiness and distress. One day, one family told me, if only we had not got that green card 30 years ago, we would have gone back. Nobody's here. Now we are thinking, wait, we got it. But that day you're so happy. So, so everything there is no pure pleasure in this world. There is pleasure associated with the pain. Narada said, all right, you'll get a child. Name him, he'll give you happiness and distress. Name him Harsha Soka. Maharaj Chitraketu thought, what type of suffering he'll give? He will not listen to me. He may pick up bad habits. That's okay. Blind uncle is better than no uncle. Right now the suffering is so much. So why should I? No problem, I'll tolerate. Any suffering he'll give, I'll tolerate. But right now I want children. But he never thought what type of suffering the child is going to give. But anyway, what happened? All right, child was born to Queen Kritadyati, and there was a week celebration in the kingdom. Actually, he married so many queens only to get one child. Earlier, to cut the story short, long story. Earlier, the queens are all in the same category. What is that category? Childless category. Misery loves company. You're laid up? Yeah, I'm also laid up. Nice meeting you. You're an H1? I'm also H1. Nice meeting you. What about you, green card? So, misery loves company. Earlier, he had actually thousands and thousands of wives. I'll not tell you what the number, that exact number is. You think this is a time for story. But this story is a Satya story. He married that many people actually. But still, I think because of the karma, he didn't get one child. Finally, one day, Kritadyati, she was into a special category, special AC coach. She got one child. Chitraketu's joy knew no bounds. And he started giving special attention to his wife and kids. She knew this attention from king is because of the child. This is Satyuga. But the queens couldn't take it. When everyone in the same category, it was very good. But suddenly, category became different. When you're angry, your mind doesn't work. You cannot think of nicely when you become angry. When you become unlimitedly happy, you cannot also. You cannot make right decisions. Because he was so happy, in that happiness, he ignored his queens. They were so much affected by his antagonization. Earlier, we were all same category and king was taking good care of us. Now he is taking only good care of her. So we should change the situation. What they did? One day, they put poison and killed the child. They put the poison and killed the child. So one day, Kritadyati said, it is about almost evening, bring the baby boy, because king is going to come anytime. And the nurse went to bring the boy, only to find out his eyes were rolled back, and the boy was dead. Immediately, nurse came, slapping her chest. Mama, please see, you don't know what's happening. What happened? Baby boy died. What died? And oh, Vidhata, why you are doing this to me? What will king think? As she was crying, king came to know this one child died. This child gave so much happiness to him. When that attachment is abruptly disconnected, it gave so much pain. Actually, Jayavada Maharaj said this. 2 things everyone has to experience in this world. What are the 2 things? Missing the loved ones. That will happen in our life. We will miss our loved ones. One day, suddenly it will happen. Second thing, what is permanent in this world? Change. We will go through changes. Certain changes we don't want, but we will go through that. Whoever you are, you will go through these 2 things. What is the first one? We will lose our loved ones. First one. What is the second one? We will go through changes Definitely certain changes we don't want, we don't like, but we'll go through them. Why should you come here? Only to give you strength to handle any situation, whether it is either missing the loved ones or a change that is coming into your life, which you don't want to accept. And Maharaj Chitraketu became this much close to death. He couldn't take it. The pain was so much. I can't believe, I can't live without you, my son. And he was almost on the verge of death. That is when Narad Muni came and said, Narad Muni came, said, Narad Muni, my son, please. I told you that day. But I never thought this type of problem will come like this. Actually, when you guess problem, it's not a problem. Problem means it comes from the very unexpected quarters. That's a problem. Tomorrow there is a storm. You're really ready for it. But problem that comes from the very unexpected quarters, that is a problem. So that's why what is that? We should ask, we should develop desire to become free from these three modes. We should, when the saintly personality comes, give me pure bhakti. Actually, I thought, should I present this in Sunday Feast? Many people don't know this. Then I thought at least devotees will develop a desire to practice pure devotional service. Even 5 people do that. This class is successful, I thought. We may not be pure devotees, but I want to practice pure devotional service. Because give me this, we'll get it. Still, we are not 100% happy because of the uncontrolled mind. But if you practice bhakti, tivrena bhakti yogena, yajeta purusha param, intense bhakti you practice, then only you'll be able to subdue this nonsense, uncontrolled mind. Otherwise, mind always shows something that you don't have and it makes you miserable. Then Narad, no, I cannot take it, Narad said, I want my child. All right. Immediately, Narad called that soul. The boy got up. Haribol, happiness again. Narad said, oh, my child, why did you leave the family untimely? Why did you take the decision to leave this family? And Maharaj Chitraketu said, my son, why did you leave? The famous question the boy asks, who are you? Who are you? I am your father. Which lifetime? I have billions of fathers. I went through billions of lifetimes. Which lifetime you are my father? In this eternity, a train from Ann Arbor to New York, a train that goes from Ann Arbor to New York stops so many junctions. From Ann Arbor to Toledo is one stop, Toledo to next. Likewise, this life is actually, a journey between 2 stops. This life is only a journey between 2 stops. Once your next body is decided, then only you leave this body. Bhagavad Gita mentions. Which lifetime your father? We are all, Vasudev and Nanda Maharaj, when they meet, they talk. Nanda Maharaj says, we are cousins, not so far, but I'm sorry you went through a lot. What is a family member? Naikatra Priyasamvasa Suhrada Chitra Karmanam Ogena Vyuhyamananam Lavanam Srotasoyata. One way will come, bring all the strass and grass together. Oh, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. How long, Haribol? Another way will come and hit very hard. The strass and grass, they are separated, never to meet again. That is a family. We are so close, Vasudev, and we couldn't help you. Sorry, you lost all your 6 children. And another day, Kunti comes. Can you believe they were all children of a king? And Kunti was married to an emperor. And Kunti says to Vasudev, they meet in Kurukshetra actually. Brothers, though my husband was an emperor for the whole world, I lost my husband. My children they're trying to kill, these Kauravas are trying to kill my children. But you can't help. Vasudev said, what can I do? I also lost 6 children. This material world, that is how this material world is designed. So we are all under the influence of time factor. Time factor will bring us together, separates us. When the boy spoke like that, Narad Muni, and because of the presence of Narad Muni, Maharaj Chitraketu's eyes were open. Everything in this world is a first time he said, Narad Muni asked, do you want to hear now? Yes. Narad Muni gave him a mantra which he practiced in because the Satyuga heart of the Chitraketu Maharaj was very pure. On seventh day, actually Chitraketu Maharaj worshipable deity was Sankarshan, expansion of Balaram. On seventh day he saw Sankarshan. He liberated. So, but he assumed the position, but I think he was not ready to go back to Godhead. So he went to the planet of Vidyadharas. Seventh day, once he saw Sankarshan, expansion of Balramji, immediately was promoted to the kingdom of Vidyadharas. And he became the king of Vidyadhara, became good friends with Lord Shiva, and he was leading his life. But this Vidyadhara Loka is also in the material world. What is the unique thing of material world? Birth and death. Everything in this world is temporary. One day, Maharaj Chitraketu, as a king of Vidyadharas, was actually going in an aeroplane. My request to you, please, there are so many lessons. Actually, I spoke the same thing for 5 days. I picked up a portion and speaking it. Same thing I spoke for 5 days actually. And in this Vidyadhara, actually Chitraketu Maharaj was watching and he was seeing his aeroplane was going and he happened to see Lord Shiva putting Mother Parvati on his lap, and he was giving lecture to sages on sense control. How to control your senses and mind. He is talking this subject matter to the sages by embracing Mother Parvati, putting her on the lap. This is a story of Satyuga and this is Kailash. And Lord Shiva was doing that. And Maharaj, actually, if you're honestly speaking, I know these lessons we'll read. Maharaj Chitraketu, what he did, he should not have done. But he did it because for all of us. We try, some of you come to temple regularly. Many of you are some devotees chanting every day 2 hours, getting for the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But we speak wrong things and we pay heavy price. We become angry and we ruin our relationships. What brings our suffering? Tongue. Because it makes us speak wrong things. How many of you agree? So real happiness comes not by going to Baba temple here, in this Baba temple or that temple, this temple. Real happiness comes by following a process where you control your tongue. It is telling you it unlimitedly, it is telling you to speak nonsense. If you can control your tongue, you'll make so many friendships. If you control your tongue, you can control your health. So Maharaj Chitraketu Aura, what is this? So many things. Actually, I don't exactly remember the words, but this is what has happened. Chitraketu Maharaj laughed. If you, Lord Shiva, Mahajan, one of the 12 Mahajans, pure devotees of Krishna, and what is that, universal administrator, Gunavatar, in the mode of ignorance, you do this, what will others do? So what he did, he spoke, but actually it is an appreciation. Only Shiva can do this. Who can do this? That was his meaning. Only Shiva can do this, putting his wife on the lap He's able to, he's speaking about sense control. See how much sense control he has. But what he did, but he spoke, But actually, it's Lord Shiva, because he was a Vidyadhara king, he made good friendship with the Lord Shiva. Shamelessly, he's keeping Mother Parvati on his lap and speaking like that. That word he used. That word he used. When he used it, that Parvati heard that. Immediately Parvati responded, what? You have become better than Bhrigu and all the sages? So you're coming and teaching about dharma, and you're giving the definition of dharma. My son, because in the material world, Parvati and Lord Shiva are the parents. This body is given by them. Vagadha vivasapratta vagata pripatre jagata pitar vande Parvati Parameshwaro. So the material world parents are Parvati and Parameshwar. But the actual soul, who is the father? Actual soul, who is the father? Louder. Krishna. Okay, what is the verse? Two things. Mamayvamso jiva loke jivapada sanatana. That is one verse. Aham bija pradapita. What is the, what is the beginning? Sarvayanishkamantaya, Murtaya Sambhavantaya, Tasham Brahmadya Aham bija prajapita. I am the Arjuna, I am the seed-giving father. So Krishna is telling soul, I am the father. But for this body, elements, Mother Parvati is in control. So Mother Shiva and Parvati, they are the material parents. Right? So my son, I want to rectify you. So she said, I curse you. I curse you to become a Brahmarakshas. Sometimes in the family, wife and husband or children, parents, they quarrel. I curse you to become a ghost, and you laugh. Only I'll become a ghost only to haunt you. So because both know it will not happen. But imagine, when Parvati is cursing the mother of the literal world, actually Maya Shakti is Parvati. She is cursing. Will it happen or not? She is the in charge of the material world. Durga Dham, Devi Dham, Devi, Devi Haridamash Desha Desha, so Maharaj Chitraketu was shocked. When on that level somebody curses you and it's going to happen, hey, you're becoming a Brahmarakshas, demon, and very soon you'll start eating human flesh. How will you think? Should I continue? Now, Chitraketu now acts. Like a flow, Ganga water is flowing, suddenly one rock falls, the water stops. But it has to flow. Maharaj Chitraketu got down the aeroplane, went and offered obeisances to Shiva and Parvati and said, "Mo Mother Parvati, nothing in this world happens without the blessings and the desire of Vasudeva, Krishna. This whole world, is Sarvakarana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes, source of everything. So nothing happens without his desire. I accept your desire. I accept your curse. Thank you very much." Got into the aeroplane and left. She was shocked. Why? Maharaj Chitraketu can counter curse Parvati. He has that much ability. He should have used at least bad words. He didn't use. And third thing, he accepted with gratitude. And Lord Shiva said, "Oh, Parvati, you did a mistake." Sometimes I would joke at him and sometimes he would joke at me. But you should not, you have unnecessarily intervened. Narayana parasarvena kutaschana bibhati swarga apavargeshu abhitulyartha darshanam. You don't know the pure devotees of Narayan, Krishna. They have no problem going anywhere. So they are willing to go to hell eternally. Actually, one day Lord Chaitanya, Vasudeva Datta came and he told, Lord Chaitanya said, "What benediction you want?" Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. "My Lord, when I see my brothers and sisters in this world, Because of the power of Maya, they're infatuated by so many material things. They have developed so many desires. And because of our potency, they continue in this world, birth after birth after birth after birth. Lord Chaitanya said, what is your desire? Give me all their sins to me. Send them back to spiritual world. For I'll take their sins, all the people in this universe, and I'll go to hell eternally. Send them back to spiritual. Will anybody ask that type of desire? That type of boon? Lord Chaitanya cried. You're actually incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. Only you can do this. I am actually, I am Vasudev Dattasman. Lord Chaitanya said this. Why Krishna loved Nars? Why Narsinghdeva loved Prahlad? Passion. Prahlad asked for the deliverance of only his father. Anybody who does like that, they become very dear to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada came to America at the age of 70. Old man, 2 heart attacks, seasickness. Prabhupada, as soon as Prabhupada landed in Boston, he didn't ask where is hospital. I recently had 2 heart attacks. You don't read that in Chaitanya, in Prabhupada Lilamrita. And Prabhupada came only one thing. He came for only one person. He wanted to give Krishna to everyone. That is compassion. Prabhupada asked for only one thing, not for his deliverance. He asked for the deliverance of all of us. Vasudeva Datta asked for the deliverance of all of us. That is a sadhu. So that is a devotee. Krishna devotee means they want pure devotional service. Oh Parvati, they don't need anything. They don't care whether they are in heaven or hell or some other place. They want only service. Unnecessarily you have cursed him. He has not done, anything wrong that warranted the curse. Hare Krishna. But what happened? She spelled it out. Maharaj Chitraketu was destined to become a demon. Should he continue? So, what is the moral? Even if you are very well situated, there is a danger at every step. There is a danger at every step in this world. I know one devotee. His mother-in-law, this devotee came, one friend of my friend. I used to work in New York, upstate New York, Albany. This person also, he would work in New York City. But one day he got green card. The moment he got the green card, what happens? Immediately he changed the job. From New Jersey, he changed the job to JP Morgan. Where is JP Morgan? World Trade Center, 83rd. He got the green card in July, and next month he changed the job and went to from New Jersey to New York. And his name is there in that list of 2,600 people who were missing from that day onwards. There's a danger at every step in this world. What is the next one? Hey, be careful when dealing with superiors. Be very careful when dealing with superiors. But you have no control what is going to happen tomorrow. But what is in your control? Your desire. Service to Krishna in the center. Keep Krishna in the center all the time. Every situation will help you. No, you don't. How many of you know what is going to happen tomorrow? But no matter what is going to happen, keep Krishna in the center. And keep that faith. Krishna protects his devotees. Krishna protects his devotees. No doubt. Can you believe he was cursed? He's going to eat him. He'll become a man-eater. But he did not know. is going back to Godhead has accelerated by million times, and very soon he'll go back. I have a question for all of you. 2070, where you will be, This is 2023. After 60 years, where you will be, will you know? But because you came here reposing faith in Krishna, Krishna will help you. That's why we sometimes fold our hands and say, please chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna protects his devotees. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namas mahame vaishasi yuktva atmanam matparayana. Same verse is there with the same heading. Become my devotee, offer your homage to me, you will come back to me. This is my promise because you are my devotee. That is Krishna. Krishna, you may forget, Krishna will never forget. Wow. How much Krishna did to protect Pandavas? He told Kunti says that your 5 children will come back home. Great Adhiratha Maharadis like Bhishma, Drona did not go back home. Duryodhana did not go back home. Dussasana did not go back home. Karna did not go back home. He did not did not go home to see relatives. But all the 5 Pandavas came. Why? That is Krishna. And what is real surrender? Accept anything in your life. But whatever is happening, actually it is perfect right now. One day I was going through suffering. One day I said, whatever is happening right now is designed by Krishna to take you back to Godhead. If you see that situation in that way, rather than becoming critical, you will take it as a step to go forward. That problem will become your opportunity to surrender to Krishna. Otherwise, this person. There's a famous tennis player, Peter Barwash. Should I give that example? What he says? So Srila Prabhupada started a ISKCON temple 1965 in New York City, 66 maybe in Toronto. As an young tennis player, Peter went and donated to our temple $2,000 those days, not these days. Even today also $2,000 is very big donation. Imagine 1966 somebody was donating to ISKCON. How much money? $2,000. Actually, I think it's Montreal temple, not ISKCON. Not ISKCON Toronto. ISKCON Montreal. So next day he went for receipt. Only to come to know, temple president took that money and left. So he's a budding tennis player. If a tennis player makes that statement in newspapers, ISKCON was a budding organization, just 1 year. Since inception, this thing happened actually. Prabhupada came to Montreal and Peter went to meet him. And somebody said, he gave a donation and the temple president. And Prabhupada said, if you really ask, if you want me, if you follow this one principle, you'll make a lot of progress in your life. What is that? Never find fault with the instrument of your karma. Peter is later, because of Prabhupada gave him 5 hours. He told the secretary, Upendra, and he told them to close the doors. And Prabhupada gave him 5 hours to Peter. And whatever the principles Prabhupada told, Peter used the same principles to make his company #1 in today. Peter Barwash International in tennis. 30 years it is #1 company. Peter passed away last year. #1 company in the world. And then Peter turned into a #1, motivational speaker in the world. He would take $40,000 for one class. Management consultant for 50 of the 500 Fortune companies. But when he comes to give the class, one pillar, team, never find fault with the karma instrument of your karma. Second one, in his experience, one day one person went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, we will not continue in ISKCON, but we'll follow ISKCON. We'll follow you, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I am ISKCON. ISKCON is my body. So that's why Peter never left ISKCON until his death. such a big man, very good connections with Senior Bush, Junior Bush, Jimmy Carter, but he stayed with ISKCON throughout his life because Prabhupada said, ISKCON is my body. So these two pillars he shows, never find fault with the instrument of your karma. Actually, in my childhood, I happened to see one beautiful thing. One big broom. How many of you have seen a big stick? At the end, there was a broom. This person was cleaning, but one corner, one cat was there. So what this person did, he pushed the cat with that broom. The cat is seeing only the broom. Cat started fighting with the broom. But cat is not seeing the hand of the person holding it. How many of you have seen it at least? So what we do, a neighbor we quarrel, sometimes spouse, sometimes the children, sometimes somebody. Hey, Krishna is using them to rectify the situation. Never find fault with the instrument of your karma, the way cat is fighting with the broom. Broom doesn't have life, but who has life? The person who is holding the handle. If you take this 1 point home, it will change your life. Should I continue?
Very good.
Accept everything as Krishna's grace. Otherwise, you will become deadly enemy with that person and it will continue next life. I am honest with you, it will continue next life. Recently, when problem came, I told other party, give it up. Why? It will continue next life. Immediately that person gave it up. Serious. That's what I learned for this many years. Give it up, Chupana. What you lose little money, but you in Krishna's, you don't know what is actually life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react. That is life. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react. Chodona, if you leave it, I am honest with you, even though you are loser, you have become victorious. So all the mountains of karma you won't have because Krishna is very happy with you. That is what happened here. Parvati cursed. Chitraket Maharaja, thank you, mother. Amazing, he didn't even curse back. For the rest of the eternity, Chitraket Maharaj is glorious. He's glorified for that. And Shiva is telling Parvati, that is the devotee of Vasudeva, Krishna. The famous verse, Narayana Parasarve. So, what is that? It's 209. I don't know. Should I continue or end it? It's already,
Very good.
I think everyone is hungry. I can see that. Just try. Our voice is not coming. आवाज निकल नहीं रही मुझसे. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then what happened? Actually, we should know this. That's why I said, once you leave this world, okay, 2030, 2025, when you will come back, no one knows. Daksha, the father-in-law of Lord Shiva, he had a problem with him. Daksha Yajna, 4th canto Bhagavatam. Then he left the body, lengthy story. Then he appeared in Chakshusam Manvantara. So probably 30 crore years later, he may appeared. How many years later? How many years? 30 crore years later. He did not even remember the past, but the conditioning was there. Same mind. Sometimes people think, one day I'll become pure. Anyone is there like that thinking, one day I'll become pure? Okay, don't clean your home every day, morning and evening. Leave the dirt like that. 30 years later, your home will become clean. Will you believe that? Morning and evening you have to vacuum. At least relatives are coming one day before they come, you vacuum. Sometimes people say relatives, they are not very good, but one advantage is there. Why? At least before they come, we clean the home. So what happened? To cut the story short, Indra killed Vishwarup. And the father Twashta became very angry. You have accepted my son as a guru and you kill him. So he became so angry, he performed a yajna. And from the yajna, he spoke the mantra a little bad actually. Indra Shatru, he had to say, in that anger, he said, Indra Shatru. So, instead of killing a person who would kill Indra, because he spoke the mantra wrongly a little bit, he created a person who would be killed by Indra. And demon appeared. And demon started growing huge, covered the entire skies. Vritra means who would cover everything. And he took birth from that fire sacrifice. A demon with a trident and a huge gigantic personality. That is Vritrasura. Who is that? Maharaja? And he appeared, we'll finish it. What he did. So the demons, they were very, they were all running away from Devatas because Devatas were chasing. But when Vritrasura appeared, they picked up some strength. Cut the story short, when Devatas saw Vritrasura, they went to, they worshipped Lord Narayan. Narayan said, ask Dadichi to give, ask Dadichi to give up his body voluntarily. Then from his bones, you make a weapon. That is Vajra actually. Vajra. And give that Vajra to Indra. Indra can kill Vritrasura with that Vajra. Go ahead. So immediately they went to the Devatas went to Dadichi and sir, can you please die for us? Please die for us. Dadichi said, for everyone, life is very dear, right? No, please die for us. Higher cause. And said, yes, trees, they'll work for the welfare of others. Anybody who works for the welfare of others become dear to Krishna. That's why I become a preacher. Give this mantra to others. Go door to door. Then you'll go into the front pages of Krishna. Why? You're trying to help others. Giving food and medicine is okay. But the real thing is telling others you're not the body but a spirit soul. That is the real help, real service. So then what happened? No, the higher principles, please die for us. He said, all right. He went to deep trance, he left the body. He died. Soul went back to Godhead. They took the bones and they made a Vajra, thunderbolt, and gave it to Indra. So Vritrasura came and Indra came with the thunderbolt. And so because he was created with Tvashta, the Vishwarup whom Indra killed was his brother, Vritrasura's brother. Vritrasura, what Indra did. He took one mace and he threw that mace. Vritrasura carved that mace, and with that mace he smashed Vajra in what is that? Airavat. And can you see in the picture? Airavat went 15 feet back, vomiting the blood, making a loud noise of pain. Then Indra became depressed. This person, can you see Indra is not visible? Vritrasura is huge. How can you fight with somebody? Now our session starts. Till now is all introduction. But then I'll finish it. So then Vritrasura said, no. Why are you depressed? Hey, Krishna promised your victory with the weapon in your hand. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. I am doing my duty karma yoga. But you are empowered. Fight. Wake up. Pick up your strength, man. Wake up and fight. Lord Chaitanya, he offered prayers. Lord Chaitanya is compared, actually when I read it, Lord Chaitanya offered 8 prayers of ISKCON. This will lead Shraddha to Prema. When I read this, I felt, wow, these Vritrasura prayers are they're leading from Shraddha to Prema of the ISKCON prayers given by Lord Chaitanya actually. So he said, you have the blessings of Krishna use the thunderbolt, you will become victorious. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Provision Mataji, you should know, the moment you have holy name in your hand, you will become victorious. Param Vijayate. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So holy name will work wonders. You are not taking it up means you have some doubt. If you don't have doubt and take it up, one day you will go back to Godhead. Like Rutrasar. Rutrasar is going back to Godhead anyway. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. No, wake up, don't worry. Then immediately Indra, when he saw that, touched, because he drank nectar with his hand, he touched the Airavat, all the blood is gone inside and the pain is removed. When I read it, wow, I wish we could have that type of tablets nowadays. So one tablet you take less than half a second, gone. So Param Vijayate Sri, holy name works, Harinam works. So those of you are here first time, if you take it up, this one thing, holy name works, Harinam works, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I'll take last 2 minutes, I'm done. Then he said, oh, look, Indra, I am fighting for the sake of fighting. Then he said, Aham Vaneta Vapadaika Mula, Dasanu Dasam Pavitasmi Buya, Manasmareta Shapater Gunam Se, Runita Vakarma Karotukaya. Then he's expressing, Oh, Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, will I be able to be servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? Oh Lord of my life, may I again become their servant so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship. So you want to go back to Godhead, what should be your mood? Servant of servant, Dasana Das. Come and do service in that mood. You will run in your life. But when you come to ISKCON, first day we say the servant of servant of servant. First year after first year, servant of servant. Fourth year, only servant. Fifth year, that is removed. Sixth year, boss. Seventh year, boss on a boss. Eighth year, boss on a boss. Then what happens? Anything we do becomes theory only. I'm talking to myself. So Kulashekar Alvar says this, servant of servant, and the famous verse, this is what, Nanaga Prishtam Naparam Ishtam Nasarvam Narasanipatyam Nayoga Siddhira Punarbhavam Va Punarjasam Punarjat. So Virhaya Kamkshe. Lord, I don't want heavenly planets. I don't want mystic powers. I don't want liberation. What I want? Servant of servant. That servant of servant. And so I'm finishing it. This is what actually longing. I want to show, and I've done it. No time. So the way children, birds that don't get the wings, they look for mother. The way baby calf looks for the mother cow. The way when the husband is away, wife looks for the husband. Likewise, my Lord, when will I see you? That longing is expressed. If you develop this longing, you'll go back to God. Sorry, it's late. So I could have done a lot, but I'm ending now. So develop this intensity, to attain the lotus feet of Krishna, then you'll attain perfection. So friends, so many verses. So finally, what happened? Indra. So what happened? So he told this, and he threw the trident. But Indra cut off the trident, and in the same force, he cut off his hand. Then Vritrasura picked up the mace and he threw another mace. Indra with the Vajra, he cut off the mace, and the same force, he cut off the another hand. And with no hands, Vritrasura put his chin on the ground, opened the mouth and touched it to sky. and also touched the sky, and he swallowed Indra, Airavati, everything he swallowed. Like a chocolate. Now I have one, and he's like, he stood in deep samadhi. I have become victorious. But because Vishwarup gave Indra Narayan Kavach, he didn't die. So Indra used Vajrayuda to cut off his stomach, and he came out and he saw Vritarasura in deep samadhi, and he cut his throat. It took 1 year because it was deep samadhi. So all the devatas clapped. Vritarasura lost. He swallowed, he went back to Godhead. And Indra became victorious, continued in the cycle of birth and death. I don't know, he's one of the audience. because nobody can stay Indra for so maybe million years. After that, he has to come down again. Kshana Punya Martilokam Shanti. So Indra became victorious and continued the cycle of birth and death. Sometimes we fight. I have to win. My word should not fall down. Array, what is the use of words? After a few days, everyone forgets. So Vritarasura last went back to Godhead because he pleased Krishna. Indra became victorious and continued the cycle of birth and death. So real victory is pleasing Krishna. Thank you very much. I know if you, by coming here, if you develop the desire of pure devotional service, I want to please Krishna.